Spring has sprung, and if you started getting sneezy, you're not alone. People are headed to the doctor, they're headed to Minute Clinic to treat their allergies. But before you start buying a bunch of medication, a Minute Clinic nurse practitioner Aimee is here to debunk 5 common myths about spring allergies and seasonal allergy treatment. So I know a lot of folks unfortunately develop seasonal allergies, so you are here to kind of go through these myths. The first myth is that you can't develop seasonal allergies as an adult if you didn't get them as a child. And that's not true.
It is false. So it is most common to be diagnosed with seasonal allergies in childhood, but you can develop them as an adult. One of the factors that can play a part is a move to a new region of the country. If you're exposed to new pollen you hadn't been exposed to previously, you may develop some allergies.
That's interesting because I moved away for a few years and I moved back. And I swear, that's when I kind of started to get the sniffling and the sneezing and all of that. All allergy medications bring relief. That's not true.
Every individual is unique, so it does take a bit of trial and error to see what works best for you. And there's a lot of different allergy medications available over the counter. One of them is antihistamine, such as Claritin or loratadine right here. This one does help to block some of the histamine and prevent that runny nose, itchy, watery eyes, and it doesn't cause a lot of drowsiness. You want to be careful with antihistamines such as Benadryl. Benadryl can cause some drowsiness, so if you're going to be driving a lot or operating heavy machinery, that's one to avoid. And if you have a lot of eye symptoms, such as itchy eyes or watery eyes, then you might want to try an antihistamine eye drop.
Oh, interesting. Try the eye drops instead.
Yes.
We're going to talk about our next myth. You should take your allergy medication as soon as your symptoms begin, and you say you need to take them weeks before.
That's right. You should start them a couple weeks before if you know what season typically triggers your allergies. Medications such as Flonase, the nasal spray, they're steroids, and they can take up to 14 days to reach maximum effectiveness. So starting the medication prior to when your typical allergy season will help to block that histamine response that can be so uncomfortable.
At number 4, the myth, hot days are the worst for allergies. You're debunking this one. You say windy days are actually the worst.
That's right. So windy days blow all that pollen up into the air that we breathe, and that can be really hard on allergy sufferers. Rains do help to bring down allergens from the atmosphere, but our rains typically come with bad thunderstorms, which are windy, and so that can also be bad for the allergy sufferers. So avoiding those winds is best.
We've got one more myth. The time of day makes no difference. And that is false because you said the morning is typically the worst when the pollen count is pretty high.
That's right. So if you exercise outside, jogging, walking, you might want to walk in the evenings or afternoons versus the mornings to avoid that high pollen count. Also, using a nasal saline spray after you spend time outdoors will help to rinse those allergens out of the nasal passageways and help to avoid those allergy symptoms that can be triggered by the allergens in the air.
So something like this, right after maybe going on a morning jog or a walk, use that and you should be in a better shape.
That helps. And if you find that the over-the-counter medications aren't giving you significant relief, I would recommend visiting a Minute Clinic. We do have Minute Clinics throughout the Phoenix area, and you can be evaluated by a nurse practitioner, possibly being prescribed antihistamines or allergy medications that are prescription strength and help more. So that would be an option. Another option is to schedule a Minute Clinic video visit, and you can do that by visiting minuteclinic.com or downloading the CVS app.
Okay, Aimee, we appreciate it debunking 5 myths that a lot of people kind of typically think of during allergy season. So thanks for getting the facts straight.